Hey everyone, it's Adele and April from Just Say Scrap, and we are here with Throw It Together Thursday. So today we are putting together our last 5 techniques, so we hope you enjoy. All right, so here we are with our Throw It Together Thursday. So today we have our butterfly background thin cut. We have manipulating stamps. We've got smooshing with liquid glass. We've got our paper pinwheels and then distressing with a tea bag. So we're gonna just get started with a few things and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So the first thing before we do anything is gonna be smooshing with the liquid glass because this is what's gonna take the longest to dry. So we wanna make sure that we do this first. So we're gonna be using this as a background for the butterflies, like you can see here. And the butterflies do fit on a regular card perfectly. So let me grab out a card base here. So as you know, our card bases are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we could literally just put this right on here and that would be perfect. So I'm gonna actually just cut this. It is a little bit skinnier than a 4 1/4, but it's just an extra piece of paper, but I'm gonna cut it by 5 1/2 so it fits completely. And we are going to start that smooshing technique here. So remember, use your all-purpose mat and you will not have any messes afterwards. So as you can see here, we didn't pick up every single spot on the white daisy. I could have gone over it more, but I'm really, really loving this and I really don't want to mess it up because I just think it looks so pretty. So I'm gonna put this off to the side to dry. And as you saw, I was using a paper towel to wipe off my bone folder here. But once again, I can just use a paper towel, doesn't matter if it's messy, and wipe this off. Because it was smooshed so thinly, isn't that good wording? Because it was smooshed so thinly, again, I will say it, it actually dried pretty quickly. So at least on the mat. So I am using a little bit of elbow grease and stuff like that to get it off. It is still sticky because it is not completely dry. I'm gonna get a new paper towel.
And it is liquid glass.
And it's liquid glass, so liquid glass is sticky when it's wet. But do you see how easy it's wiping off of the mat? I'm really not pressing that hard, but it comes right off. And voila, it's clean. And then your paper towel is pretty. But that is that first part, and I just love this. I just think that looks so pretty. So I'm not gonna obviously put it down, but you can see that right through the base, or maybe we'll even use our French vanilla one where you can really see it pop through. But we're gonna let that dry first, and then we will move on from there. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to be making our pinwheels. So we want it to be 1/2-inch strips instead of inch strips. So I'm gonna just make a pinwheel really quickly, and then we'll come back. All right, so we have our smooshing and we have our pinwheel ready and set to over there. So we actually decided while we were doing all of that to recut the design just on a scrap piece of white daisy. As you see, I didn't obviously cut the whole thing, it didn't fit, but instead of using this, we wanted to show you a few different things that you can actually do with these butterflies. So since they do pop out, you can actually take just a scissor and cut them out. So I'm just doing this so I can actually get into the grooves a little bit more. So this is all cut out for you, and really all you have to do is you have to just get into these little crevices, and then you can actually pop out the entire butterfly and use the butterfly like this instead of using the entire die cut. So you can do this to actually layer over other ones as well if you're making just a card with that base. But you can also do this and use it on different projects. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. But I just wanted to show you, look how cute that butterfly is. So see, you can take this and then you can actually double layer it. And look how pretty that is. It just gives it a whole different element to this. Or if you wanted to, you could even layer it underneath it. And then if you're putting this on a background, do you see how you have a double layered butterfly? It's super pretty. So you could just lay it under the whole thing too, but I just like cutting them out. It makes it cleaner to me. So we're gonna cut out the rest of these butterflies and then we're gonna use them. And just remember too, when you're using this, some of the little dots might not poke out or come off when you actually put it through your Cuttlebug or your die cutting machine. So you can just use a piercing tool and poke them out over a trash. So super easy, just getting all of these little dots out. And then our butterflies are ready to go. We also always keep our piercing tool in the thing that it comes in because you don't want to lose it somewhere because it is very tiny. Also, if it ends up accidentally poking out the top, you won't poke yourself. So we have our tea bags here too, and I just wanted to try this on a few of the smaller butterflies to see how it looks and see if we like it. But I just wanted to take my tea, and it is very hot. I just warmed up the water. And we want to just distress these little guys a little bit. So my Versamat has gone somewhere else for the moment, but I do want to use this Partey stamp and I want to just curve it a little bit. So as Mom showed you when we did our manipulating stamps, sometimes it's easier if you're on a block and sometimes it's easier if you put it on your paper, but this one's a little bit smaller, so it's gonna resist me a little bit more. But do you see how I now have it a little bit curved? And I like how that looks. So I'm just going to ink this up, use my raspberry ink on some scrap white daisy here. And we are going to stamp this. And since my mom has my Versamat right now, I'm just gonna use the squishiness of the stamp pad itself. I usually don't like using this, but it does work if you need something small. So I thought what would be really nice is if we even dovetailed this when you cut it. So it is on a little bit of an angle, so I'm not actually going to be doing my technique for dovetailing. I'm using Mom's a little bit, but I just thought that looks kind of cute. And then we've got this cute little Partey stamp here. So, and now it's time to put everything together. So I'm going to be grabbing in some of our thin 3D foam tape just to let these butterflies fly a little bit more. I'm only using 3 of them because remember we've talked about that like 3, the number of 3 like really does catch people's eyes more. So we're just going to take a little bit of our thin 3D foam tape using my non-stick scissor as always. And I know we've said this in the past many times, but the way you can tell the difference between these two is the non-stick has that black coating over it versus the other one. So we've got all of that ready here. And then we even have a little bit our pinwheel here. So it is falling apart a little bit, but to fix that, you can just take a little bit more liquid glass. And on the parts that are falling apart, just stick a little bit of liquid glass in here. So because this is a smaller one, I feel like it doesn't really have, when it was being pushed together on the blocks, it didn't really have the hold that I would have liked it to have. But obviously the bigger ones you've seen stay together really, really nicely. So we're just gonna work with this one a little bit more. But once it's completely dry, you can add this onto here. You can even just have like, look how cute that is. I love that. But now you have this cute little card to make for a party or anything like that. You can use it as a favor, anything, but look how cute that is. I love that so much. But yeah, that is our butterfly thin cut, our manipulating stamps, our smooshing with liquid glass, our paper pinwheels, and our distressing with our tea bags. So we hope that you enjoy our Throw It Together Thursday. And that's it. We hope you really like our project, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye. Bye. Oh, spider. Ah! I don't like spiders. Lots of buggies. Hey everyone, it's Adele and April. 1/4-inch strips instead of 1/2-inch strips. So we're gonna just, I think I was getting eaten by a bug.